Are you a fan of 80s horror but want something different? Do you like modern horror but the regular magazines leave you a bit cold? Are you a fan of that schlocky horror that no one else seems to talk about? Check out Necronomicon, the UK horror zine from Etsy.com. Just search for Necroneil.
We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God!
Good evening. Hello, good evening. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, I've changed it already. Thank you. It should, if you refresh, it should have changed it already. I can't refresh from my end because if I refresh StreamYard, I will lose the stream. So yeah, I'm going to keep that as it is, but it should be changed on the YouTube by now. Yes, I think it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it's changed on the YouTubes, but thanks for pointing that out. So because I didn't set this up in advance, there's probably going to be a little bit of a gap before we get people coming in. Oh no, look, here we go. Oh, Wolf Boyo, you figured out why Bolto came running back home on Sunday night. Oh, bless. Someone was attacking the swans. That's sad. That is sad. People are bastards. People are bastards. That's all there is to it. So yes, good evening, everybody. Sorry about the fact this wasn't scheduled in advance. The reason is that I went to Fat Club. So we went to Fat Club today. No, I've got a Pepsi actually. Thank you. I'll have one in a minute though. Okay, thank you. If he's just bringing me a drink to make sure I had a drink. I know, right? Any lovely, my husband. So yeah, so went to Fat Club, just got back, everything's sorted. I've just realised I've still got my scarf on, and there's no point having a black scarf on a black top because you can't see it, can you? So then, everybody, how is everybody doing? We're going to be doing some tarot reading here coming up very soon. I've got the Poppy Palin Enchanted Everyday Enchantment deck. And I've got the Lightseers deck on hand. Balto is a very good boy. He is a very good boy. You're right, Wolf Boyo. He is a very good boy. So then, if you would like a reading, as always, it's the same rules as always now. So I'll open up the list in a little bit. And if you want a reading, go ahead and put your question into the live chat, as always. Ed, I haven't forgotten yours. I will... send me a message on WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp group, if you're free tomorrow, or free, hang on, what have we got? Tomorrow, Thursday or Friday, late afternoons, because Rufus is at the other place then, and because of that, it means I'll have a little bit of free time in the early evening, like before 6:30, 7. So I can do your reading and get it sent across to you if you would like. Look, I haven't got any mascara on. I know, right? I did my face, completely forgot the mascara. I feel completely naked now, almost as naked as when I don't have earrings. I know, right? Nobody wants that. So yeah, we are going to be doing some readings. Let me just have a little look on the YouTubes. I don't know whether the notifications have gone out yet because this wasn't a planned stream. I think they might have just gone out. I think the notifications might have just gone out. Let's have a look. He's saying that not Wolf Boy, Bolto is the very good boy. He's the bestest boy. Yeah. Good evening to Liz. Hi, Liz. You're in the office tomorrow. Thursday evening is probably best. Okay, just drop me a message and we can do it. You got a notification earlier. Oh, okay. I think there's a bit of a delay in them going out. Nandini. Oh, Nandini. Hi. We haven't seen you on the stream for the longest time. Good evening to Liz. Hey, Liz. I keep saying good evening because where I am in the UK, obviously it's evening, but where everybody watching this is, it could be any time. I need to decide what I'm doing with my hair as well, right? I know, right? It's not a tarot question, but I need to decide whether I'm going to keep it kind of curly as I keep trying to do now, or chop it all off. Not chop it all off, but like get it cut again and get it like the asymmetric like I had before. I quite like the curls. It's just a bit of an annoyance, a bit of a faff to keep it. Little Miss Budget's here. Good evening, Ness. I hope you're well, my darling. How are you doing? How are you diddling, my love? I hope you're okay. You love the eyeshadow, Nandini. Thank you. It's purple. It's my colours. I keep having to force myself to wear different colours because I just keep falling back to black and purple. You know, black clothes, purple eyes. It's like, that's my favourite. That's my favourite. You like the bob? Oh, thank you. I look hot. I am. I mean, it is quite warm in here. That's probably why, but it's sweaty. It is still asymmetric. It's still shorter on this side than it is on this side. But yeah, I think I need to like put curlers in or do something. It's too much hassle. It's too much hassle. I've got a curl spray thing that I put in enhances the curl. Anyway, not here to talk about. See, I get distracted straight away. It's very easy, isn't it? Straight away. It's almost like it's magic or something. Why is that so quiet? Hang on. Do I need to turn my speakers up? I bet I'm going to press the wrong one. Is it that? Oh, that's up. There we go. Let's try that. You okay? Been to Mum's house today and cleared some stuff out and brought a few bits back. It's tough, isn't it? It's really tough. It's really tough. Yeah, I remember when my dad died. When Mum died, she was already in a nursing home, so there wasn't a lot of stuff at that point. But when Dad died, it's really tough. And then you find the random shit that they've kept for years for nothing. Like my dad had all sorts of random shit that obviously meant something to him, but we didn't know what any of it was. Which, as I'm sat here saying that, I am literally in a room that is surrounded by random shit. So, yeah. In a flat that's also surrounded by my random shit, which Rufus hates, don't you, love? No comment, T. No comment. Curls are hard to handle, though. Well, yeah, true. I don't want to go and get a perm, though, because I don't want to look like an 80s footballer. You know what I mean? But I kind of want a perm, but not an 80s perm. But it's a bit, yeah. Nandini, you relate. Say again. Oh, you relate too much. You have wavy hair, and even that stretches you out. It's too much weight to maintain. Answering your query, yes, this one looks great. Ah, thank you. It's difficult, isn't it? Because it's like I can straighten it, but then as soon as the summer heat gets to it, it starts doing its own thing anyway. It was difficult. You even called through to her once. I've done that. I did. Yeah. Shut up. Rufus just said I'll be getting a blue rinse before long. Don't mind me, stream. I'm just going to go off and twat him one. So you just so you can't see that on stream. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Yeah, you bloody right running as well, mister. Cheeky sod. Yeah. He said he doesn't run, he rolls. No, that's not true. Anyway, right, enough of a preamble. Let's do some bloody tarot readings, shall we? So before I do, let me just make sure that my phone is on silent, because that is going to be annoying to hell. No, it isn't. Not only is it not on silent, but I hadn't even turned the thingy off. Right, it is now. We're on silent. We're all good. We're good to go. Right then, everybody. So you remember how hard it was to have? I couldn't imagine you with curly hair, Ed. You'd look like, what was that fit? Oh, what's his name? Oh, this is Fibro Brain. Come on. The painting guy. The guy that does the paintings. You know, the whispering guy. He does like, and here's some sad trees, and his what's his name? You'll all know his name. Bob Ross. I think so. Anyway, enough. Come on, brain. We're in the tarot room. Let's do another smudge. I'm going to do another smudge spray. I have sprayed this already. Hang on. Let me just make sure I don't get it in my drinks. So we'll have a nice cleansing smudge. Oh, I do love this smell. Oh, yum, 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 yum. You can't eat it. You can't drink my smudge spray. But it will be once the shop starts running again. Once we get all that sorted, then it will be available again in the shop. So yeah. Oh, it does smell nice though. At least your hair curls. Mine refuses, and it's Bob Ross. It is Bob Ross. Yeah. Oh, cover buttons here as well. Anya's here as well. God, we've got loads of people in. Right, let's just do some readings. I know, right? Everyone's going, oh, shut up, Lisa. No idea who you're talking about. Never heard of him. You've never heard of Bob Ross? Have a look on the YouTubes, right? Have a look for Bob Ross, Happy Little Trees. That's what I was thinking of. Just gonna paint some happy little trees. It was like ASMR before ASMR. He just did paintings with a paintbrush. Anyway, right, as opposed to what? God, I meant like with a fat brush, and it was all like on a big piece of wood, and you could do things. Anyway, go and have a look at it. Right, let's do some tarot readings. How would you get a reading on this channel? I've got no idea.
YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Yes, indeed. As it says, pop your question into the live chat right now. Start with the word question so that I can find it. And then I will choose one of the random messages. I will choose one of the random messages. So yes, if you would like a reading, put your question into the live chat right now. Start your question with the word question so that I can find it. I will pick some at random. Okay. And then what we'll do, I'll do one reading and then we'll open the list back up after that for the next reading, and so on and so on and so forth throughout the evening. The cards I'm using tonight, I'm going to be using the Light Seers deck, which is the ones with these backs. So if you see these, it's the Light Seers deck. It's quite a modern version of the Rider-Waite-Smith. I really like it. Lots of inclusivity. And if you see me using the deck, which is much bigger, which this lovely back, this is the Everyday Enchantment deck by Poppy Palin. And these cards are huge, and they are, again, a very, very modern interpretation of the Rider-Waite-Smith. So if you would like a reading, go ahead and put that into the live chat. I will pick some people at random and I will do some of those. I will do some readings tonight. If you would like a reading that is longer, so normally we do the free ones, are 3-card readings. If you would like a 7-card reading or a 6-card reading, depending on what your question is, depending on the spread, then you can go ahead and queue jump and guarantee yours by clicking over here at buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can, in fact, buy me a coffee. You can also there, you can do a queue jump, which is called, it's a little, there's a little button when you click on it. It's for queue jump. If you click that, I think it's £4, and that will get you a 7-card reading, and that will get your reading next. So if you'd like to do that, don't forget, May is Bladder Cancer Awareness Month. So for the whole month, because I went through bladder cancer last year and we're waiting still for more scans to just have the update to make sure that it's still going okay. So because of that, 10% of everything gets split between the two. 10% goes to each of the 2 bladder cancer charities this month. Normally it's 10% split between them, but it's normally 10% each. This month it's 20% of anything that comes in May goes to each of the 2 charities. So we've got Bladder Cancer UK and Fight Bladder Cancer. So they're the 2 charities that really helped me out when I had my initial diagnosis. So then, if you would like a reading, you have got a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds left. I'm going to hit one of those jingles again in a second, but I do have to say that tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, financial advice, legal advice, or counseling advice, if you are looking for support in those areas, as I always say, please do seek out professionals in those areas. That is really, really important. Right then, so if you want a reading, you've probably got enough time to get yours in for the first round. I've just realized I need to plug my lamp in behind me, my selenite lamp. Oh, hang on, everybody. There we go. That's the selenite lamp on. And there we go. And then this lamp isn't on either. What color should we have? Should we have white? There we go. Get everything matching today. So there we go. So then, right, let's have a little look here. I'm going to hit the jingle. You've got until the end of this jingle plays to get your question in to be the first one, the first cab off the rank, or go across here and do the queue jumpy things. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay, let's have a look in the chat section. By the way, in case you're wondering, I never have my chat open when I'm doing the reading, so I always have to come back to it. So if I'm doing you a reading and you're confirming information and you're asking me questions, just bear in mind until I get a bit of the way through, because I don't normally see it. Because once I'm looking at the chat, if you all have a conversation amongst yourselves about, oh, it's really warm today, isn't it? Oh, actually, it's quite cool here. Oh, it's raining. I will get distracted because of my ADD. So I normally have my chat off on my main screen while I'm doing the reading. So just in case. Right then, who am I drawn to first? I think I am drawn to Liz. Here we go. Liz, you're the first question, Liz. Question, what are new... I know, right? Old lady time. What are new guys' thoughts about me? Do you see any future? Let's have a look. Right, I'm going to use the Light Seers deck. So let's move the Poppy Paling one over to here. And right then, Liz. So let's pick up the cards and let's swap the camera. So then, dragons, Liz would like a reading, and she would like to know basically, oh gosh, why is that at that angle? That's very strange. There we go, that's better. And then angle it down onto there. I don't know why it's coming up so weird today. No. There we go. That's about as good as we're going to get today, I think. Liz would like to know, what are new guys' thoughts about me? Do we see any future, dragons? So is there a future between Liz and her new fella, M? I mean, if it's M from the original Bond films, then probably not, because he's been dead about 20 years. But yes, let's have a look then, dragons. Let's have a wee little look. Don't forget, everybody, do please hit that subscribe button. You have to be a subscriber to be able to ask questions on this channel. And also hit your bell while you're at it, so you're notified when I go live on the YouTubes. Just dong that bell, and that will help. And it should mean that YouTube will notify you each and every time I go live. Oh, we've had a card monumentally jump. Oh, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So Pentacles is normally a work-related issue, Liz. So I don't know whether you work together, but it's also, the 8s are really interesting because it's showing you working and kind of, if you like, burning the candle at both ends. Now, you can't quite see that on this, but it is very much about that. It's about working solidly, working, like your working life is almost taking over your social life, I want to say. So it feels very much like you've been I don't know how to put it. It feels like, well, we'll come to it, because it feels like there's a lot going on here and you've got a lot on your plate. I mean, literally, look, if this was your desk, you've got, you know, there's books here, there's plants, there's candles, there's pestle and mortars that need to be crushed, there's water, there's everything is all just around you. There's a lot going on right now. So whether that means that you've got a very busy mind about M, or whether that means that you are, you know, there is a work connection here with M, I don't know, but maybe we'll have a look. Maybe, well, we'll have a look. That's only your modifier. So we'll have a look. Where's it going to drop? There we go. A fairly definitive drop. So the cards think they know what's going on. So we'll go with you today. What you need to know and the opportunity coming up. Oh, okay. Not the best, not the worst. Right. So you today, the Queen of Wands, lovely card. This is basically showing that you are in your own power. You are in your own element. So with M, I know you're asking what he thinks about you, but I think he sees you like this. I think he sees you as you are quite confident. You've got that spark look. You've got this fiery energy about you because wands is the element of fire. So as you can see, we've got all these candles lit. This person's sitting on a fluffy cloud, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't sit on that this close to all these lit candles, but you know, maybe it's fine. We've got the wand here, which is absolutely lovely. It's been engraved and carved and all sorts. So the Queen of Wands is showing you really confident, really kind of in your zone, if that makes sense. You're living it. You're the embodiment of everything that you want to be. So confidence wise, I think you're having a really quite a positive time right now. You know what I mean? If you've got love handles, you're like, oh, I love my love handles. If you've got gray hair, you're like, oh, my gray hair is so sexy. You know what I mean? Whatever little imperfections that we all have, because we do, you're like, it's almost like you're embracing it all and loving it, and you're having that really nice kind of, do you know what? I'm a bit of all right, mate. I'm a bit of hot stuff. And it's that sort of vibe. Now, this isn't arrogance. This is really just living your power. Does that make sense? So that's a really, really positive card of where you are now. Now, what you need to know, we've got the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is normally quite an interesting card. So it's come up reversed. Now, the fives are all about change, okay? So normally we've got the 3 cups that have been spilt and 2 that are sitting upright. Now, in this case, we've got 3 empty cups. And you can see this person is just holding their own. They're holding this cup. They've got this full cup here with all sorts of sparkly energy and all sorts of, wonderful things. So cups is your emotional soup. So normally the 5 of Cups is talking about don't look back at what you've lost, look forward, all of that. But this has come up reverse, which means there is something here that is a little bit maybe under the surface between the two of you. So whether or not you've actually kind of had a sort of flirtation and it's not gone anywhere, or possibly with the 5 that there was a little bit of a something, and then it kind of petered out, like it sort of was like, oh, is it going to go somewhere? And then it's looking, it's that sort of vibe that the card's giving. So it's what I would say is that, because this is where what you need to know, it's like there is something going on where I think, because you're asking what he thinks, it feels like maybe he's taking his foot off the accelerator ever so slightly. Now, I don't know whether that's his issue with past relationship or your issue with past relationships, but he might also be wanting just to get the green light, if that makes sense. Because I'm not being funny, right? Some men are a bit slow. They are. I know, right? We shouldn't speak about, a whole gender that way, but they are. Some men are a bit slow, and you've got to kind of go, look, listen, if you ask me out, I will say yes. Okay? Just to take that off the table. If you ask me out, I will say yes. So, just think about that. If you ask me out, I will definitely say yes. But, the opportunity that's coming up is an interesting one because it's the Tower. Now, this is a major arcana card, okay? So this is a real major arcana card. And this is talking about be careful, because something can come tumbling around down by your ears, something you've possibly built up. So just be careful. If there is, because this is a card of change, and because you've got this work card coming up, I'm wondering if there was, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm hesitating because we're on a live internet, right? But let me just say it as if you were a friend of mine in the room. Like, is there someone else? Is there something else happening? Was there someone else recently? Has there been someone else? Like, do you still have feelings for someone else that aren't down the drain? Because this is very much like these cups they're all going down this drain, down into infinity and beyond, right? So this is a change card, and this is where what you need to know. So this is either that he's still got some sort of connection. I don't think he's married. Doesn't feel like a marriage. It feels like, I don't know, but also it depends, because I've got this 8 of Pentacles coming up, so it depends on how you've met him. If it is through work, there might be an issue here about this work thing, so that might be what this is. But this card is a bit of a warning card, and it's coming up in the opportunity section. So it's basically saying, look, be careful, because like if you work together with the 8, if that's what it's hinting at, then be careful, because it could be that there is a bit of a collapse in the work relationship. So it could be that, you know, you have a bit of a flirt and then you end up on, you know, the same team, and then it becomes awkward or something like that. So it's a work thing, or maybe because you are feeling your badass self, right? I'm wondering if there is something else. Do you know what? I'm just going to ask. Hang on. Let me change cameras and let me come on to the chat, because basically what I am, hang on. Where's the camera? Right. Liz, what I am basically sensing, right, and what I am picking up on this tower could be, if you're in any kind of relationship already, then that could be really jeopardized, right? So if you are, I know that M's your new fella, but there's a connection somewhere, either to a relationship that you've just come out of because of this 5 of the way it's feeling, or that there was another possibility at the same. Are you? Oh, what? Right. Okay. Let's just call it as it is. I've got the feeling that this 5 of cups being reversed in this position is talking about either you've got someone on the side or he's got someone on the side. Like there is something else here going on. It's not just the 2 of you. Now, whoever's got this side dick side, whatever, whoever's got the thing on the side, that this is where the tower's coming in, because this does not feel, I don't think it's work related. It could be because of the 8, but it doesn't feel work related. This feels too much linked in with this 5 of cups, right? So because it's linked in with this 5 of cups, it feels like there is a relationship that you'll be risking by being with them. But if you've only just started a relationship with them, that doesn't really make any sense, unless there is something here before, unless there is something, you know what I mean? There's an existing dalliance. If there's an existing dalliance that you've already got with somebody else, then that could be really threatened by this. Does that make sense? Because the tower is all about something that you spent time building up and time developing, and linked in with the cups. It's either unresolved issues from a previous relationship, or there's a current relationship, I want to say. Again, no judgment, but it feels like there could be a current relationship that is also maybe on the line, and that's what's going to come up. So if there is a current relationship that you're not very committed to, then this card is basically saying that you and M are gonna, that relationship you're not committed to is going to be gone, if that makes sense. Because the tower, I think you're working. I think you're working it right now. I think you're burning the candle at both ends, and I think you are possibly having your cake and eat it too a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And that's all well and good. Say again. Yeah, Rufus likes a bit of cake. It's not what I'm talking about. But there is. It kind of feels like having your cake and eating it too. But the cake that you've got is about to get eaten by the dog jumping up on the side. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's something here going on, Liz. Let me have a look at the comments section. No, not that one. Thank you very much. The comment section. Oh God, hang on. You've had past traumas, so it's hard for you to open up to someone. Oh, hang on. What's this? I mean, yeah, I'm just confused between A and M. Well, who's A? Did you ask? Hang on. Have I got the wrong? Did you ask about A? You've had past traumas. Yeah. Oh, he's not married. M's not married, and you don't work together. Then this is about burning the candle at both ends. It was hard for you to move on, but when M came into your life, it just felt so good. You miss A though. You need clarity on something, so you feel stuck. Right, A's your ex. Right. This is letting go of that. Then this is that final. If A is a proper X, if you don't have any feelings for A left, right, this is why it's getting, the cards are confused. The 5 of Cups is the relationship with A then. That is that going like done, dusted. There's a feeling of sorrow and a feeling of loss and a feeling of kind of what might have been. It's the fisherman card. Do you know what I mean by that? It's this is the one that got away. It's those feelings of, oh, we could have been so good, we could have got married and have kids. Well, no, because that isn't on the cards for you with that person. So let it go. And that's literally what the cards are saying. Look, this tower, the tower is a really big one, but with things have to fully end before something else can come in its place, right? If you've got a massive forest, you'll find that everything stops growing fast after a while, and it all just then ticks over and like the trees grow. But because they grow so big, the canopy covers all the brush. And sometimes the best thing for those forests is a forest fire, or, you know, a tornado coming through, ripping down some of the big trees, clearing away the brush to start with new fertile ground. And that's what this tower is talking about. This tower is that thing that you had built up. So in this case, it's the X, that coming completely down in order for you and M to move forward. But you've got to make sure that when that relationship comes, when the last vestiges of that comes down, and mentally when that comes down, that you're clear to move forward. Because I do feel it does feel quite nicely here that there is something for you to move forward with. Something has to end in order for a new one to grow. That's why you're just confused. It's literally, Liz, it comes down to, if your ex is an ex, then that's not going anywhere, right? There is nothing here about reconciliation. So there's nothing here. Again, you make all your own decisions about your own life. No judgment, my darling. But there is nothing here at all about reconciliation. This is all just about you moving forward. And if A is your ex, you're not going to hurt A anymore by moving into a new relationship. That relationship that you had with A is over. So you moving into a new relationship is you just moving on. I can understand why you're fearful of it. And I can understand why, if you've been, what did I keep saying about burning the candle at both ends? If you've been playing not playing both off against each other, but you know what I mean by that. If you've been kind of hedging your bets a little bit, that's when they'll both get hurt. The opportunity is for that tower card, and that tower is all about destruction and creation. And Eddie Izzard, she used to have a comedy sketch, and she used to say about being the god of creation is all well and good, but if you're not also the god of destruction, what do you do with it? You go, boom, here's a universe. You don't like that one? Right, okay, I'll put that in the garage with the other 17. You know what I mean? It's like, you've got to be able to go, boom, here's a universe where everybody is pigs, and pigs are intelligent, and they walk around on their back legs, and they wear clothes. Oh, you don't like that one? Right, disappeared. We made it in, and then here's one where they've evolved from monkeys. Oh, you like this one? Okay, we'll go with this universe. You know what I mean? You've got to have that both element. You've got to be able to destroy what's gone and move forward in order to create new. So if the relationship with A is over, then the relationship with M can begin. But it's kind of like that tower card is really important. You're never going to move forward until the remnants that, because it's not even the dragons are giving me so much information. Right, dragons, stop. It's not even, hang on, let me just acknowledge Wispy. Thank you, Wispy. It's not even that it's you've got a potential with A again. It's like, I don't know whether you're still knocking uglies, put it that way, bumping uglies. I don't know whether there's still a connection there like that, but the relationship part of that is over, or at least it feels to me, the dragons are telling me that is over, and that you want to move on to M, but it's almost like the previous relationship is like crack cocaine or something. It's like once it's got you, even though you've moved forward, you always want to kind of do it. Does that make sense? I don't know anything about crack cocaine, but yeah, it's like that. It's like something I've got no experience of. But that's you've got to move forward, if that makes sense. Thank you, Ed. So yeah, anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really do. Let me know down in the comments, or let me know in the chat if that does give you any closure. But yeah, it does really feel like you need to move forward. And you were only asking about M, you weren't asking about A, so that should tell you something psychologically. Anyway, right, let's move forward. I'm going to open the list again. So if you would like a reading, pop your question into the live chat now. As it says here, look, start your question with the word question. Private readings are available at buymeacoffee.com/beyondauthentic. Also, I've just done an amazing reading for somebody on Fiverr. And it wasn't an easy reading. It was a really complicated reading, really complicated situation that person was in. And their questions were their questions were really interesting, but their review of it was absolutely phenomenal. I got another really lovely 5-star review, so I'm really grateful for all of those reviews. So yeah, if you want to go ahead now and put your question into the live chat, you've got about I don't know, about a minute. Oopsie, I'm having an internet issue, everybody. Oh, there we go. Now we're back. I just clicked on my... It's not coming up now, is it? Come on, buy me a coffee. What's going on? What's going on? Why won't it let me onto my own page? The connection is secure. Yes, I know it is. Thank you. Right, I'm just checking if anybody's queue jumping. Don't forget, if you do queue jump, not only does that give a donation to the 2 bladder cancer charities I support, but it also means that you get to queue jump and get a longer reading. You get a 7-card reading. Thank you to Lou, by the way, Lou who was on Sunday, and after the stream, Lou had a free reading on the stream, and after the stream, Lou went over to buy me a coffee and actually donated over there after the stream to say thank you, which was lovely. So yeah, thank you very much, Lou who. If you're, I don't know whether you're on or whether you'll watch this on the replay crew. By the way, replay crew, we love you very much. Please hit the thumbs up button, replay crew. That really helps me out. Also, if you're here live, hit that button as well. Right, let's have a look on the comments section. Luz love. I don't know why I'm drawn to Luz love. Luz love. So yeah, Luz love. Right, let's have a little look see. Bum, 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 bum. Right, let me have a look. Oh, Lou-Hoo's just come on. Oh, Lou-Hoo, thank you very much for doing that on After Sunday. Thank you, that was lovely of you. I didn't expect it at all, so thank you very much for that, my darling. So yes, thank you. Anyway, right, let's have a little look see. So Luz love, I've just moved off your question, didn't I? Right, will I reconcile with Chris? I'm going to use the Everyday Enchantment deck by Poppy Paling, because I do love this deck. I need to use it more. Unfortunately, Poppy passed away, I think it was last year. So she's got I think it's called the Green Witch book or something like that. Something like that it's called. I've already got the book. Does it say on the back here, author of? I don't think it does. But look, let me just show you. If anybody's interested in tarot or has a tarot deck, this deck is beautiful. Look at the book. Look at the book that comes with it. It's absolutely... It's like it's a proper book, and it's huge, and the cards are so detailed. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, and the other one was Wild Spirituality, Wild and Craft of the Wild Witch. She's got loads of books. So yeah, and she's a lovely author. Anyway, right, dragons, good evening again. We have a reading for Luz Love, who would like to know, will I reconcile with Chris? Will I reconcile with Chris? That's what we want to know. So let's just have a look at this giant deck of cards. Look at these. Right then, let's have a look. So then, questions, dragons, is Luz Love going to reconcile with Chris? Let's see what we've got here. Shall I have a go at a riffle? Let's have a go at a riffle shuffle. I know, right? It's going to be comedy gold this with this giant deck. Right, here we go. I've been practicing, everybody. I have been practicing. You have to do this with your hands and put your cards like this, and then aha! Look, Ed. Oh, all apart from that one. Look, it was a riffle shuffle. Yay! And this is a giant deck. Right then, Luz, let's have a look. Oh, let's do your drop. So we'll do your cards. There we go. Very determined cut this time. These are such big cards though. Right, let's have a look. So, oh, will you reconcile with Chris? We've got a cups card, emotions, another cups card, 3 cups cards. Oh my Lord. Right. So cups is the suit all about romance, love, positive energy, feelings, all of that stuff, your emotions, right? So in the past position, no, sorry, in the you today position, excuse me, sorry. In the you today position, we've got the 8 of cups. Let me just hold it. It's a bit hard. I can't even get them all on camera. Look at that. So the 8 of cups is all about there still being a lot of work, right? And this is where you are today. So this is because this is all about love. It feels like if you have had some wibbles, it feels like there's some work to do to put that right, if that makes sense. Now, you can see literally this person has their back to the deck. You've got all these different cups here. So you've got egg cups, mugs, glasses, mugs. You know, you can see all of the cups are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the door is open and there is a path leading off down to the waters here beyond. Okay. So this is talking about, look, it feels like you just want to turn your back and piss off and just leave the washing up, leave the situation, leave all that emotional stuff, just walk away from it. But this is where you are now. So it feels like whatever's happened, it's left a massive sink full of dirty crocs that you're just like, do you know what? Fuck it. I can't be asked. I can't be asked dealing with this shit anymore. And there's a part of you that is torn between rolling up your sleeves, doing the work for the relationship, and going out the open door and going off and, you know, sailing away to ventures new. And that's perfectly fine. That is absolutely perfectly fine. Like any relationship goes through difficulties, and the fact that you're asking about the reconciliation means that obviously something pretty big's happened. But this is where you are now, and it feels very much like there's the biggest part of you is wanting to piss off and go and heal your wounds somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? What you need to know, we've got the 7 of cups. Now, again, it's coming up reversed, but the 7 here, look, it's talking about, so 7s are normally talking about things being taken, things being removed. But in this case, it's talking about this is being inked permanently. So there is this element here of, and because this has come up reversed, it's like there is I think there is a permanent connection or a solid connection between the two of you at the moment. But this reversal means it's I don't think reconciliation is impossible. The link that between you seems to be pretty well inked into place, if that makes sense. But this reversal is a worry, to be honest with you, Luz. It's saying that, look, there might be quite a lot of difficulty in reconciling. There might be a lot more for you to do, a lot more work. And it feels like, because this is reversed, it feels like it's almost like, I don't know what's happened in the relationship, but it feels like you're going to have to do a bit more work. Whether that's because, as I said earlier, you know, like generally, not to slag off men at all in any way, shape or form, but generally, you know, men need a bit of a hand. And certainly when dealing with emotional stuff, men don't tend to be very good at that. So it may well be that this comes back onto you to try and sort this link. But the opportunity card, this is really positive, Luz, because we've got the 2 of cups. So the opportunity is to reconcile. There is an opportunity here for the two of you to kind of to reconnect on that level, but I think it's going to take a lot of work, and this is going to be work from both of you, not just you. But I think it might be that you might need to be the one to instigate it, because this 8 is coming up where you are, and it's almost like I want to say, it's like you're saying to yourself, it's not my fault, it's not my issue, I didn't cause this, I didn't start this, why should I be the one to have to make the first move? You know what I mean? There's that sort of sense of, well, it's not fair that I should have to be the one. But this is coming up again in your opportunity, and you've got all these different types of couples and all of this opportunity for coupledom in your emotional suit, which is cups. All 3 of these are cups. So I would say the answer, very simply, the answer to your question is, it's yes, you can reconcile, but it is going to take some effort on your part. Whether that's just, whether that's fair or not, I don't know, my darling, but that is what the cards are saying, and hopefully that helps a little bit. Let me just swap cameras. So yeah, hopefully, my darling, it feels like it's going to be more on you than on Chris to actually, like, you know, make a change, if that makes sense. Let me just have a look. Yeah. Right. Hope that helps, Luz. No problem, my darling. It isn't like, it's really weird. It feels like this is crap news. Do you know what I mean? Because it feels like you're the one that's now going to have to do all the legwork and all the running, but that doesn't feel entirely fair. But also, it's almost like something got blown out of all proportions. So I don't know what happened in the relationship, but it feels very much like, look, something that was from your behalf probably wasn't a big deal, but then however it's gone down, like it's something's been taken the wrong way, and it feels like you're going to be the one that has to kind of go, look, I'm sorry, I know I said this, but I didn't mean this to be that, and that got, you know, or whatever happened, like I didn't mean for this to do whatever happened, and now, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps, Luz. I really do. And thank you very much for your question. Right, we're going to open another round of questions. Get your question in. If you would like a question, get your question in. Nandini, I don't know whether you're still here, Nandini. If you're still here, my darling, come and pop your question in the live chat. Anybody else who would like a question, pop it in the live chat right now. Start your question with the word question. We'll get to it very, very, very soon. And yeah, as I say, don't forget, everybody, if you've got a question, keep hold on. Even if I don't call you like on the next round, stay on the live, because once that one's over, we'll get to another question and we might call you then. So if you do want to guarantee your reading, you can go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, and you'll also get a 7-card reading then instead of a 3-card. Yes, like that. That's what I said. You think he's with another lady? Okay. What? What do we think? That 7 feels. Yeah, no, I think it's still. It could still well be possible. That 2 coming up in the opportunity position is really, really strong. It's a strong opportunity for you. So it would mean you're going to have to do the legwork, though. You're going to have to reach out and make contact and all of those things, if that's what you're after. So yeah, just be careful, be aware. My old honey, you put question in. If you're wanting a question, stick your question in. Anybody who wants a question, I'm going to play the little jingle. No, that one. I'm going to play the little. No. There we go. I'm going to play the little jingle thing. This is how you get a question. And you've got a few seconds to get your questions in. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Picking up. Okay, so then let's have a look on the chat or the comment section, I should say. No, not that screen. That's showing me all my banners. Here we go. So I'm Mild Honey, you're up. Mild Honey, you're up. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, it's green on here. I don't know. Is this green? Is this your? Have you done that? Because I was just drawn to that color green. I don't know why, but there you go, green. Oh, Little Miss Budget, yes, do my darling. Don't forget, Ness, if you want to come on the pre-live on Sunday, if you want a reading, just come on the pre-live. Just ask. I can do your reading on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. to 7. If you want a longer reading over there, I can do you one quite happily, Ness. The same for any of our channel members. If you sign up over here for channel membership, we do a live stream at 6 o'clock on a Sunday evening, and any members that are in that live stream can ask for a reading. It's a bit of more of a chill. We hang out. We do all sorts of bits and pieces. We talk about the decks that I'm going to use that night and all sorts. But also, if anybody over there, any of the members that are on the live, if you want a reading, that's the time to ask, because I tend to do either a 7 or 10 card reading on those for the members. So it's a very good way and a cheap way of getting yourself a more detailed and more a more detailed tarot reading. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to do that, we'll see you over there on the members. Anyway, right, Mild Honey. Is Mild Honey. I kept thinking it was Wild Money, but my eyes, my glasses are just. I need to get my other specs, is what it is. My varifocals. Anyway, you don't need to know about that. What to expect in the next few months? Let's have a look. So I don't tend to do that many months ahead. We tend to only do a maximum of 2. So we'll do that for you. Dragons, we would like to. Good evening, Sharon Ann Lopez. It is. Hang on in the stream, Sharon. We've only got 6 or 7 watching. Oh, you can't see that. I'm pointing to something you can't see. But anyway, we've only got 6 or 7 watching on the live tonight. So if you want a reading, it's a really good time. So then, Dragons, Mild Honey would like to know what I'm changing decks. I don't know why I'm changing decks. I feel the need to change decks. Mild Honey would like to know what to expect in the next few months. So if you don't know why I ring the bell, I always ring the bell before the readings to cleanse the air, to cleanse the space between readings. So the same way that I shuffle the deck and then ask the question of the dragons. The dragons, by the way, are the elemental energies I use to work between us and the Akashic records where the information is held. But that's why I ring the bell. So then, Dragons, what can Mild Honey expect in the next few months? Let's have a look. So Wispy's music. Oh, Rufus is cooking some chicken for the dogs. I can smell it. It smells lovely. It smells like KFC. Right then, here we go. And we're going to do your drop. Oh, I've just realized I'm not even on the right camera for this. Here we go. Move the camera into place. So then let's do your drop. What is to come in the next couple of months? Here we go. A good halfway drop, good definitive drop. So then we'll go. What spread shall we do? I know we'll do a 4 card. We'll do a 4 card. Go on. We'll do each one of these will be a fortnight. So that will take us 2 months. So let's just have a wow. Okay. So in between now and basically the summer solstice, so between now and June, the middle of June, we've got the Emperor and the Empress both coming up. So June's going to be a really important month. So there's going to be lots of decisions to make in June. Mild Honey, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you need to work out, and it feels like, because we've got the Emperor and the Empress, I don't know whether you are a parent or whether your parents are still around, but there is something here around parental elements and authority elements, because the Emperor and the Empress are in the tarot deck. So let me just say, in the tarot deck, we go Ace to 10, and then Page, Knight, Queen, King. So we've got the 4 suits, right? So there are 4 kings. Above the 4 kings are the major arcana, and the major arcana has an Emperor and an Empress. Then these 2 are higher in rank, higher in authority than the various kings and queens. So this is saying that like whatever's going on for you in June, it's going to be all about difficult grown-up adult decisions, right? You're going to have to make some serious adulting going on, some serious big choices involving longer term future. So I don't know whether that would be, I don't think it's saying like exams and things, but it's saying like there is going to be some it could, I mean, it could be exams, it really could, but it's big life decisions coming up. Okay. But all of these cards are upright, which means you know the information already, you know that you're going to be okay, and it could well be that you are stepping up to an authority role in this next month. I love the fact you've got the Emperor and the Empress coming up for this next 4 weeks, because it really does show it's almost like you have to be stern and kind of quite authoritative in a hard-edged way as we go into the next 4 weeks, and then that can kind of soften, because the Empress is like the softer side of the Emperor. The Emperor is the hard and fast, makes the decisions. The Empress basically not waters them down. The Empress makes it a little bit more people friendly, if that makes sense. So the Emperor will say something like, we're gonna have to fire 2,000 people, and the Empress will say, well, I tell you what, instead of just randomly sacking 2,000 people, let's see, we've got 500 people that are near retirement, so maybe they can take early retirement. We've got some temporary staff, so maybe if we cancel those contracts, then actually we only need to fire, or we only need to make 500 redundant, because the rest of them we can lose in that way. So that's kind of how the two work. It's like the decision's still the same, but the way the Emperor handles it is a lot harsher than the Empress. Now the Empress also is about nurturing, and really importantly, both of these cards are about abundance and about having, like, because they are where the buck stops, they also make the bigger money. So there is an element here. If you're looking for a financial lift, if you're looking for promotion, if you're looking for anything like that, these two cards coming up in the next 4 weeks is really, really positive. And then we go into late June and into July, which is the furthest I tend to be able to see. It feels like there's going to be some issues in the beginning or towards the end of June, because we've got the swords. Now, I love this deck for the swords because they're all crows, and crows are my favorite animal. You see, I've got a stuffed crow next to me. But the swords are all about trouble and strife, obstacles and challenges. But the knight, you can kind of see, I love this deck, by the way. Ed, the moderator in the chat, will tell you, I always say that knights are teenage energy. And this one just happens to have him in shorts and a hoodie with some trainers on. You know what I mean? That to me is the ultimate knight, running over there to get on a dirt bike to go and cause some mischief with a crossbow made out of crow feathers. So it's really coming back to this idea of challenges and something. So what do I mean by teenage energy? Sorry, I didn't say, did I? So teenage energy is that energy where it's like they don't think about the repercussions of their actions, right? They really don't. And even if they did, even if somebody says, well, you do realize if you get on that bike and go traipsing over that's not the horizon, that's a cliff edge. So if you go any further, you're going to go off the cliff. And this little idiot here, this knight, would say, that's okay, I don't mind, I'm young, I can run, everything's fine, I can do that, I can jump off the bike, it's fine, I'm young. You know what I mean? So it's like there's that energy that's about this card. Now, this coming up for you in the beginning, end of June, beginning of July, means that whatever this decision is, there's going to be a kickback, right? And there's going to be someone who's going to be really stubborn and really like, actually, I think I'm going to do my own thing. Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm this, I'm that. And there's going to be this kickback to this decision. So it could be, so if you do get promotion, say at work, this will be somebody in the next booth or the next office or the next, whatever, the next department who feels really hard done by the fact that you got promoted and not them. If this is about a home life decision, then it could be this will be a neighbor, or this will be a friend, or this will be a family member that gets pissed off. It's something quite close to this decision, which is why they're coming up like this. And then finally, as we go towards the middle of July, the furthest that I tend to see, we've got the Page of Cups. Now, again, Cups is emotional energy, and the Pages is very youthful energy, different to the Knight. The Knights are teenagers. This is kind of like, so the Knights are like 17, 18, 19 teenagers. These are like tweenagers. So these are like 12, 13. This is that naive energy, that young energy, and that energy of innocence. Okay. So this is saying that either somebody is going to need your help, because this is about emotions, or I think it's related to whatever this reaction is. I think it's going to almost go childish, not childlike, not nice, childish. And yeah, it just feels like that. There's going to be a lot of emotional output towards the end, towards the middle of July, but it feels very much, this is very young. I don't know why I keep coming back to it. I don't know whether you've got kids, or whether, you know, there are kids in the picture. Sometimes this can relate to younger kids, or it could be somebody in the family having kids. I don't know what this is, but it's really making me think about young people. But yeah, so to sum up, the next 2 weeks, next 4 weeks, we've got the Emperor and Empress coming up, hard decisions to make, adulting decisions, possibly related to promotions and things where you've got to make, you know, be project leaders or something like that. And then a reaction to those decisions that you're having to make, coming up with a bit of a snotty teenager kind of, well, you're not my real dad, you know, all of that. Well, I'm not speaking to you anymore, you know, the classic. And then from this is either going to be a childish reaction, or it's I think I don't want to say there's a new child coming, but it feels like there is a new child energy coming into play. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. My old honey, hopefully that makes sense. Let us know in the weeks to come what happens. Let us know, because I love it when people come back and they say, oh, Lisa, you gave me a reading, and you didn't know what was happening, but this and this and this is going on. And I go, oh, that's really interesting. Oh, wow, that's really cool. So yeah, let us know as we go through June and July. Let us know what comes up, because I'm dying to know what the Emperor and Empress are. Absolutely dying to know what's happening. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for your question, Mild Honey, and yeah, I hope that helped. Good evening to Flower Beauty, just popped up there on the chat. Hi everyone, I just saw you guys live and popped to say hi. Hello, my darling, I hope you are well. Vrinda Sharma, hi. I'm about to open the list, so bear with. I'm going to open the list again in a couple of seconds. The same, everybody who is on for a reading, if you're wanting a reading, now is the time. Go ahead and pop your question into the live chat. Start your question with the word question, and I will grab one of them at random, and I will then do the doodads. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'll do the readings. So now is the time. Get your question in right now, and hopefully, yeah, I'll read one of them at random. Don't forget, I've got to keep mentioning it, because over on buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, if you don't know, if you're a regular on the channel and you would like to support me, you can do so for £5 a month over at buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. That £5 will get you onto the members live streams. There is a cheaper option, a £3 option, if you just want to help us out on the channel. But if you sign up for the £5 membership, you get to sit in the members pre-live streams. So on a Sunday evening at 6 p.m, I do an hours of just a chat with the members. Now in that chat, if anybody wants, if any of the members want a reading, I will do longer readings. So 7-card, 10-card readings that normally cost a lot more money than the £5 a month. And it also gives you access to all of the videos that I do on the channel, all of the pre-record videos a little bit early, and it will give you pre-release access to the tarot sort of workshops and things that I'm working on in the background at the moment. Plus, it's a really cool hangout because we're not live on the interwebs. We are, but on a secret channel. So we're live, but only to like members. So we can really relax and let our hair down before we have to do the Sunday readings. So yeah, check that out if you would like to kind of hang out and also get longer readings for a £5, basically. I know, right? I know. A £5, ridiculous. Anyway, right, let's have a look. Who are we going with on the chat? What are we going for? We're going for, I don't know who this is. Vrinda Sharma. Okay, we got your question. Vrinda Sharma, I've got your question up. So I'm going to do your question next. Hang on in there, everybody else, because we'll be opening again in about less than 10 minutes. In fact, let's do, hang on, here we go. There we are, Wispy. Thank you for coming in, Wispy, my friend. Right then, Wispy. Wispy is our air dragon, if you don't know. The element of air that comes in with Wispy. So then, Vrinda Sharma wants to know, Wispy, what can I expect in the near future? So we like near future. It's a bit easier to see. So then, we'll do the next 4 weeks. Next 4 weeks, dragons. We really want to concentrate. We'll do a standard past, present, future for the next 4 weeks. What is coming up? What are the elements? What is going on? Let's have a look then. We haven't had a card flip. I'll do your cut this way round. Here we go. So you can see the good card. And let's have a look. So then, dragons, let's see what we're playing with. Change cameras. Right. So we've got. Oh, yeah. Right. Straight away, Vrinda, I can tell you that you've got a mixed read. Nothing. So in the next 4 weeks, there's nothing major, right? There's no huge calamity, no huge, like, there's no, excuse me, 1 second. There's no lottery win, but there's also no like catastrophe. There we go. Hopefully I muted that mic then. You didn't hear me just burp because of my pop. I do apologize if you did. So the past, this is the energy that leads you up to where you are today. Okay. And we've got the 10 of Cups. Now, this is normally a really positive card. And it normally talks about, you know, the cups is your positive emotions. And it talks about being like emotionally fulfilled, meeting your emotional needs, meeting all your emotional wants and desires. And that's really, really positive, Vrinda. So what that's talking about, I don't know whether you're in a relationship currently. If you are, it feels like it's been a really nice time. And whether you've got, you know, whether there's children in the picture, or whether this is relating to having wider family members around, it just feels like it's been quite a nice, emotionally quite a nice sort of time, like a good time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say really. It is just talking about, it's a very loving and very sort of, we can take our foot off the accelerator and just be. We can just be together. We can just spend time with each other. We can have that lovely kind of us time. And it's about really exploring and really delving into that emotional connection with a or another person, or with the family, and really enjoying that time together. And I think it feels really positive that that's what's been coming. Now, in the present, it does feel like there's a bit of a wibble. So it's been a nice time. Now we've got a wibble because we've got the Four of Swords. Now, fours are all about stability, okay? But the Four of Swords, in this case, the feathers, as you can see, the swords is your trouble and strife set deck. So that is the suit that's talking about problems, challenges, issues. And the fours are really talking about there being like whatever this lovely positive feeling is, taking the next step, growing that feels like there's a wobble here. So whether that is wanting a larger family, whether that is, you know, extended family. It feels like it's not the core unit. It feels like it's extended somehow. And yeah, it's going to cause some issues, because as you can see, we've got these giant spiky sticks, or these giant spiky bits of feathers, almost like porcupine quills, and we've got this red thread that is linking these four together, which is then linking this heart. So it's not the heartache card, that's the 3, but it's kind of saying that there is something here which is feeling a little bit unfulfilled, and certainly in the nest. So again, this is very much family related, and it feels like, you know, everything was going so well, and then we get to the 4 and it's like, oh, there's a little bit of a wibble, something's happening. But I think for you, the way through this is to literally kind of curl up in a ball and protect yourself. So this is really talking about, you know, sometimes I'm doing the motion, you can't even see, you know, sometimes you just need to kind of hug yourself and kind of have a nice, feel safe, or you know, for me it's this is going to be TMI, but for me it's when I'm in bed with my husband and I just snuggle into his chest. There's just such a warm feeling of like, you know, the whole world could explode right now and I'm safe, you know what I mean? And it's about finding your safety through whatever this obstacle is going to be. And this is already in play now, Vrinda. This is already happening at the moment. And then in the next couple of weeks, right, we've got the 4 of Wands. Now, this is important because the journey that we've got here, we've got two 4s. So this is talking about your stability, but Wands is talking about your sense of self, your confidence. And it's about, again, growing. So the 4s are about stability, but growth through stability, if that makes sense. So we're not talking about there being a massive change, but we're talking about you beginning to feel, again, it almost feels like this is you feeling really confident and really loved and loving and everything's going great, and then at the moment something's coming in and it's going to be a bit of a shit time, right? And this energy is going to be around for a couple of weeks. So this is about, look, just find a way through it. Just keep level, keep stable, find your way through, and you know, you should be okay out the other side. Whatever's happening, you should be okay, because the other side of this, it's literally 2 sides of the same coin, if you like. We've got this 4, and this is talking about building yourself back up and feeling more confident and kind of getting back to this loving space. So hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. Yeah, I think overall, I think you're going to be fine. I think this is a good sign following this not so great sign. So this is coming up. I would say this has already started. This is going to be around for a couple of weeks, and then slowly it's going to transition into you feeling a lot more confident and being able to handle this situation and feel that you've handled it in a good, positive, strong way. So yeah, hopefully, my darling, that helps. Right, let's just click the camera back to that one. So yeah, hopefully, my darling, that is hopefully that reading helps. Let's have a look. Thank you so much. Oh, no problem, my darling. Thank you for asking the question, and I do mean that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking the question on the channel. Without you know, people watching and people viewing and people subscribing, the channel wouldn't even be here. So, you know, thank me for the reading, yeah, but thank you for asking the question, because that's also really important. Right, I can't shuffle these ones. I just tried to do a riffle shuffle. That was rubbish. Right. So then, oh, thank you. I've got so much fun, loving energy. Only when I've had multiple Red Bulls, so multiple energy drinks, and then I'm fine. See me in the morning when I haven't had a coffee. Oh, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like me first thing in the morning. What was that? What was it? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like it when I'm angry. Yeah, from the Hulk. It's a bit like that, but with more wrinkles. Anyway. Anyway, if you would like a reading, go ahead and put your question into the live question. We'll go ahead and do that right now. We're going to do as many as we can today. We're going to get through them. So if you would like a question, go ahead and put your question into the live chat. Where did that card just fly off to? Where did that go? Hang on. Right. I'm going to go and find that card. I've just dropped one on the floor. So I'll find the card. You put your questions into the live chat. We'll meet on the other side. I'm back. I found it. Oh gosh. So then, yes, as I say, do put your questions into the chat if you want a question. If you've already asked a question, pop it in again, because I won't be able to see it. I can't go back too far because I'm on StreamYard. I've got a different comment section, chat section than on the main YouTube, so I can't go back that far because it just kind of stops and then it jumps and then it causes all sorts of problems. So that's why you need to put your question in again. So if you haven't done it, pop your question in again and I'll grab one at random. I'm going to give you 20 more seconds and then I will go and have a look at who's put readings in.
We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God!
Okay, let's have a look at the chat. We've got one question. Flower Beauty, you're up. There you are. You see, I said to hang on in there, didn't I? Flower Beauty, you are up, my darling. Is A in a relationship or seeing someone? Ooh, let's ask. What do I want? I almost want to use the vice versa deck for this. I'm going to use the vice versa deck because that, no, I'm not. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the everyday enchantment deck, the big one. So then let's have a look. I've just realized I moved the camera and I didn't swap it over, did I? There be me just sat here going, oh yeah, I've got yeah, screech, and yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't do that. I didn't swap then. Come on, why is this not clicking? I'm clicking on it. There we go. Thank you, Card Cam. There we go. Lovely. Right then. You're watching Sister Act Dead. That's all right. I love Sister Act. I'll let you off. Hail, Holy Queen enthroned above. Ah, hail, Mother of Mercy and of Love. Oh, Maria. Jump from the darkest days. Sorry, everybody. I had to. I want to watch that now. You have to go and find Sister Act. Yeah, it's either on Prime or Disney. It won't be on Disney. It'll be on Prime, maybe. Yeah, go and find it. Come on, we'll watch Sister Act. Yay! Right. Sorry, everybody. Sorry if I deafened you. Right, here we go. Dragons, is A in a relationship? Oh gosh, I love these streams. You know, let me just click it. Let me just tell you. Let me tell you, right? Oh no, not that one. This one. There we go. So I love these streams, right? But I need to be careful because I'm getting into this habit of being really relaxed and like letting my brain go and being a bit sweary. But I'm doing some live fairs. I'm doing some psychic fairs where there's going to be lots of like middle-class, middle-aged people. And I think I've got to be really careful because I'll be like going off on tangents, singing at the top of my lungs and swearing in this room full of well-to-do people. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not saying none of you are well-to-do, but you know what I mean? I'm dreading it. I'm dreading going in and just being like, hi, motherfuckers. Oops. You know what I mean? Anyway, right, back to Flower Beauty. You see, we come full circle eventually. Oh no, look, you don't need to see that. You don't need to see my mess. What is today's stream? It's all falling apart. Oh my gosh. Right then. So is A in a relationship or seeing someone? That's what we want to know, dragons. Let's have a wee look. Come on. There we go. We got there in the end. So then we're going to do your drop. If you're new here, do please hang on a second. Once I've done Flower Beauty's reading, I will open up the list and we'll do a reading for anybody else that wants one. So, oh no, there's two cards there. Hang on a second. Oh, why are they stuck? Hopefully they're not stuck together. Right, we've got the King of Coins, the Queen of Coins, and the Seven of Coins. Right, I'm calling that a miss shuffle. because those first two cards were stuck. Let me just put them back into the deck. I'm calling that a misshuffle. That doesn't feel like a proper reading. Rufus, something's burning. Something's burning. It's all right. He can't smell. My other half, since COVID, he can't smell things properly. But it feels like it smells like something's burning in the kitchen. He's cooking. What? Because I'm running so fast. Okay. Thanks for that. Right then, here we go, dragons. Let's do it again. Right then, Flower Beauty. I'm sorry about that. Let's have a look. Right, dragons. If we've got the same cards now, then we know it's meant to be, right? But I got a feeling we're not going to have the same cards. So then. Oh, we've gone from the King of Coins to the King of Cups. Right, interesting. There's definitely King energy going on. The Two of Blades or the Two of Swords. And, oh, the Fool. Right, so, right. Very simple, Flower Beauty. I think they were in a relationship, and it feels like it was a serious one because we've got the King. So we're giving that dad energy, that sort of, you know, that heavily committed, connected relationship energy. So I think they were. I then think the Two of Blades is the Two of Swords. So that's trouble and strife, arguments, problems, difficulties. So it feels very much like, look, we've got a through story here. They were in a relationship. It then went really badly and a split happened because the twos in this case is normally twos are coming together, but in this case it feels like it's separating. And then we've got the Fool. So then we've got starting off on a new journey on their own. So I don't know A's gender, but it absolutely feels like they were in a relationship that was quite serious, quite committed. It's then broken up or completely, you know, become untenable. And now the Fool is a major arcana card. And the Fool is it's not about being foolish. The Fool is talking about going out into the world with that naive, innocent kind of approach where, you know, this person doesn't realize they're about to maybe fall off. The cat's just knocked this over, which is creating this paint pot is now becoming a lake, which this person is going to survive the fall. You know what I mean? So if they do fall off this off the scaffolding, they will survive because we've got this safety net here. You've got all sorts of elementals, we've got bird energy, we've got all sorts going on, but the Fool is about starting anew, starting afresh. It's the 0 card in the tarot deck, so it's neither positive nor negative. It is literally a 0, right? So this is talking about starting a completely clean slate, starting over. And so for me, I would read this as being they were in a serious relationship. That relationship has ended. Whether or not that means that a divorce has come through, or whether, you know, they've got over the separation or over the relationship breakup, I think they probably are still affected by it because it's coming up, but they're wanting to start anew. So whatever's going on with A, that is your answer, my darling. They were serious relationship, then it all went tits up, and now they're ready to move on and start afresh. So yeah, hopefully, Flower Beauty, that makes sense. Yeah, that is I couldn't ask for clearer cards to answer your question. So hopefully that makes sense, my darling. Let us know what happens with A. As you know, myself and the mods on this channel are waiting for the first Beyond Authentic wedding. So we are waiting for that wedding to happen so that we can all go and buy hats and suits. Ed wants to wear a nice new wedding suit with a flower that you put in the pocket. What's it called? A buttonhole. Yeah, that's what Ed wants to wear. Me and Patricia are wanting to get our wedding hats sorted out with our little, you know, the little hat with a little bit of neck curtain or something attached to it, a bit of lacy stuff or something. I don't know. Knowing my luck, my bloody hat, my wedding hat would be a bloody witch's pointy hat. But yeah, so we're always after that. So the next, we want one of you's got to get a bloody wedding out of one of these readings, right? Because we want to come and do that. Oh, Patricia's here. Hello, Patricia. How are you, my darling? You had company. Oh, look at you being a social butterfly. I know, right? Must be nice to have friends, Patricia. I'm joking. I'm joking. I've got some very good friends. They happen to be my mods, and I love them all very much. They are family. We are family. Anyway, it's time to put your questions in. Put your questions in the chat, everybody. I don't know how many we've done today. It feels like we've done a few. But yeah, pop your questions in the chat if you would like it. Flower Beauty, you are more than welcome, my darling. I hope that it helps. Feels like A's single. Feels like they're ready to mingle. That fall is a very positive new start card. So that feels very, 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 very positive. Right, everybody, put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question if you would like another reading. And yeah, let me, oh gosh, Ed, you're being a very smart pinstripe suit and snazzy hat. Like in Moby Dick, not Moby Dick. Dick Tracy. Oh yeah, you look dead snazzy inside the belly of a whale. Oh gosh. Right. Okay. I'll give you 20 seconds, everybody. I'll play a ding dong, and you've got 20 seconds to go ahead and put your questions in. I'm going to play this from one of our lovely moderators called Holland. They run an Etsy channel called Blue Chalice, and they make wonderful things. In fact, Holland also made my play button just there. Look, I've got a play button. So if you would like some witchy things, have a look at this. Okay, so we've currently got 9, 10, 9, 8, 9 people watching. It keeps flicking between. I've got 2 questions in, Rashu and Sharon. So I'm going to do both of you, okay? I'll do both of your readings. I'm going to do Rashu first, and then I'll do Sharon, and then we'll open up to see if there's anybody else on, if we get time. So Rashu, I'll do you first, and then Sharon, hold on the stream, Sharon, because as soon as we're done with Rashu, I will get to your reading very shortly. So then, let's have a little look. Wispy, Rashu would like, hang on, what was that? You'll dress us up in Indian clothes. Oh, I would love a sari. I would love a sari. I really would. I always feel a bit cultural appropriative about saying that, but I think saris are beautiful. They really are. So then, right, let's have a little look. See, sorry, dragons, I got distracted. I know, right? What's new? So then, what's coming up in love life for Rashu? Let's have a look and see what we can find. So then, dragons, Rashu would like to know what is coming up in their love life. So I'm sticking with this deck today. Loving this deck. Absolutely loving it. So then, what is coming up? Let's have a look in the love life for Rashu. Play Wispy's music one more time. There we go. One more round. Here we go. Last time. No cards flipped. These are very big cards. I know a lot of tarot readers that have this deck have trimmed them, but I don't want to trim them. I think they look so beautiful. Right then. So what's coming up for you in love? We'll go you today, what you need to know, and your opportunities. Come on, I've got 2 cards. There we go. Oh, interesting. There's not a lot of love here at the moment. So bear in mind, I only see 6 weeks, maximum 2 months into the future normally. So in the where you are today, where you are now, we've got the 9 of coins, but it is reversed. So let's have a look at what the 9 of coins is telling us. You see, look, there's the coins. I know, right? So the 9 is about work. And so this could be career related. This could be, how can I say? This could be career related, or it could be like literally just financially related or something like that. But it could also be work, right? But there is something here, like as in the amount of effort, not work as in job. But it feels like there is like you're at that upper level. So whether this is finances, whether this is money, it feels like there is how can I put it? Where you are now, I think your focus is more on your work, or needs to be more on your work than on your love life, right? So it feels like that you haven't reached this point yet in terms of career and finances, right? So it doesn't say yet that you've got to where you want to be in terms of that, because this is coming up reversed, and it feels very much like there is a definite feeling of, as much as you want your love life to blossom, you kind of have to sort your finances out first. Does that make sense? Because it's kind of really saying that, look, because this is reversed, it's like this is a goal that hasn't been met. This is an ambition that hasn't been fulfilled yet. And it's all about this element of like just look at the card. Look at the card, right? This person, nice hair, nice bangles, seems fairly well to do, nice apartment or room in the background, nice desk, luxury things like a book, plenty of food, you know what I mean? It's like, this is not somebody who's skint, but it feels like this is your goal to get to this place, because it's reversed and you're not there yet. So it doesn't feel that you are ready to focus on your love life yet, because you're too focused on this. I don't know if that makes sense. What you need to know, we've got another reversed coins card. So again, this Knight energy. So the Knight is that rebellious energy, and there is something going on in this card, right? There is something here, because you can see we've got a single coin. So this person has done a lot of work for this single coin. Even though it's the Knight, it's that teenage energy. And you can see here, look at this person, look at this child that's kind of laughing at them in the distance. And these others are just like enjoying their afternoon. So you can see this person, and then you've got the hint of a crow possibly coming to shit on the top of the on the top of the roof or on the windscreen, right? So this person's working really hard and getting very little out of it. And that's what this is saying. And because it's reversed, right? Because it's reversed, it's saying that what you need to know is that currently your plan of action, or your method of trying to get to the 9, is probably not going very well. So it's something you need to look at, right? So whatever this is, whatever this career goal, money, financial place that you want to be in, you need to change something, because at the moment it's not working out for you, right? So you can put all of this work in, you can wash this car, all of this effort to wash the car, polish it, make it absolutely shiny, and still only get one little coin. Look, where is it? There, look, one little coin. All of this stuff, all of this effort, this high shine, here's the water dripping down, but look how shiny the windows are. Here you go. Look how nice and polished it is. He's just polishing this bit down. One little coin. Was it worth it in the end? That's what the question is asking, and that's what you need to know. So there's something here you need to refocus. There's nothing here about your love life, Rashu, because the next card is talking about your confidence, and this is an upright card. Okay, so this is fine, but this is literally, look, this is you walking through, finding strength even through hardship, so even through negativity, right? So there is a thing here where it's talking about you. So for me, Wands is all about confidence, security, how you see yourself, and this is about you, even if you've been bruised and battered, walking tall, walk with your head high, right? This is that opportunity. This is in your opportunity position. So it's talking about, look, other people around you are going to want to kind of pull you down, right? Other people, I mean, look, Monster Energy, cans of Coke, takeaway tubs, Red Bull, like there isn't cans of alcohol here, but it's that sort of vibe, right? And this is saying, look, you can move beyond this. You are able, you've got the skill set to rise above and have faith in yourself, right? Interestingly, when we do tarot, we look at patterns. So we've got 2 9s. We've got the 9 of coins reverse, which is about unfulfilled financial kind of positioning. And we've got the 9 of wands upright, which is about fulfilling your confidence and your security. So because we were asking about a love life question, I think this is really talking about, look, you need to find the time and the space in your head and in your journey to be able to stand tall and move forward. And at the moment, you're too focused on money, career, and getting where you want, and getting the nice house and the nice furniture, the nice lovely mirror in the background, all of this. You're focused on this, whereas what you actually where your journey is heading in the short term is back to this 9 of Wands and back to this element of confidence. And that's something that hopefully will help as you move forward. But yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to get that confidence back and not worry about this situation so much. Like, yes, money is important, but you can, if you're with the person you love, it doesn't matter whether you're in a 1-bedroom tiny studio flat or whether you're in a 10-room mansion, like a 10-bedroom mansion. It doesn't matter. If you're with the person that you love and they love you, you can make it work. Like, you could also be in a 10-room mansion all on your own, have nobody around you, nobody that cares and loves you. And yes, you've ticked this financial box off, but who are you sharing that life with? You know what I mean? And so that's what I think the cards are trying to tell you, my darling. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for your question. And I am going to change cameras temporarily while I just go back to the chat and just see whether you've popped anything into the chat. Hello, Belinda. I keep meaning to pop on your channel and then I don't go on YouTube for a couple of days because I get tired. But I am coming on. I'm not, but I am coming on your channel soon. Yes, I will. Yes, it's true. Oh, okay. Hopefully, Rashu, hopefully that will help and it'll give you a little bit of guidance, if nothing else. Belinda, I almost feel that you're wanting a question, my darling. It feels like you're wanting a reading. If it is, pop it in the chat. I'm going to do Sharon's next. Oh, did I even do the thing now? Did I even do the thing now? Hang on. Did I do the thing? Did I do the thing? Did I star? Oh, no problem, my darling. No problem at all. Thank you, Rashu. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget, we stream every Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time, and every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. So, yeah, whatever time it is in the UK, GMT or summertime or whatever it's called, it's always the UK time. So that's standard, and it's always 7 p.m. Right, let me go and find Sharon's question. Hang on, Sharon. I've got it. There we go. Right then. Will I get to meet someone new soon? Interesting. Do you mean romantically or just randomly on the bus? Because if you're randomly on the bus, just start talking to the... I tell you a really good way, right? Get on the bus, open up a lunchbox, and what you want in there is some pilchards and 3 or 4 hard-boiled eggs, right? And then just start eating that. People are definitely going to talk, probably about you rather than to you, but you'll definitely meet people. So yeah, that's one way of doing it. But if you're asking about meeting people, if you're asking about meeting people as in romantically, then we'll do that for you now. So yeah, just be careful of boiled eggs on the buses because that's not a good look. Anyway, right, I do talk some shit, don't I? Right, here we go. Dragons, rescue me from this nonsense that I'm talking. Right, Sharon Ann Lopez would like to know, will I get to meet someone new soon? I'm sticking with this deck. I'm sticking with it. It's a bugger to shuffle because it's so blooming big, but we're going to stick with it. So then Wispy, will Sharon Ann Lopez get to meet someone new soon? Let's have a look. What do we see coming up in the romance sector? In the love and hearts and getting jiggy, all of that. What have we got? By the way, I don't know whether you've noticed in the last couple of weeks, thank you. In the last couple of weeks, I've taken off the getting jiggy with it and the George Michael music because the streams kept getting flagged for copyright. Not that we're monetized on this channel. It just meant that nobody else could see it. So yeah, if anyone's wondering, and also if you see adverts on my channel, YouTube gets all the ad money because we're not actually monetize yet because we don't have enough watch time. So yeah, people tend to come on the streams, watch for 10 minutes and then bugger off. Right, there we go, Sharon. No cards jumping out for you, my darling. But because people tend to come on and then just like jump off, it basically means that the watch time is pretty poor. So I don't have the watch time to be able to monetize the channel. So even though we're over 1,000, all of the ad revenue goes to the YouTubes. But that's fine. That's fine. We're not here to make money. We're here to do readings and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Right. My fucking brain. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is there romance in the cards? This is where you are today. This is what you need to know. This is your opportunity, right? This is the reading that we tend to be doing now. So the Ace of Blades reversed. This is where you are now. So it feels, it's not all about, you know, doggies being poorly, but it's talking about there being a situation at the moment which has been negative. It's been a negative situation, right? Especially because this is coming up in it's coming up reverse, so it's even more negative. But basically what this is saying, Sharon, is that look, what you've got, I don't control the adverts, Patricia. It's YouTube that puts those on the channel. So if you ever see an advert on any of my videos, I've got no control over that. YouTube does that, so I can't say whether I want adverts in the middle or not. YouTube does all of that, so there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, so this is coming up in the way you are now, Sharon, and I think it's basically saying that, look, you've got some issues and there's been some problems that you've been dealing with that have felt kind of like it's a whole new chapter of shit to wade through. Does that make sense? So in terms of relationships, it feels like you're kind of, I don't think you're giving up, but it kind of feels like you've dealt with a big amount of, more than your fair share of turds and bad relationship situations, right? So not necessarily saying that all your relationships have been terrible, but there's been a recent a recent pool of shit to wade through. Let's just say it as it is, right? So you've gone through a fair bit, and this is kind of where you are now emotionally, I think. So it's really talking about, look, you've got some issues here, and you've got some stuff that you've been working through and trying to deal with. Now, in terms of a relationship, in terms of that, I don't know whether you're dating, but if you are and you've been on, it's almost like, right, it's almost like this. If your life was a comedy film, right, starring any of the 90s and 2000s comedian type comedy films, you know, like the Adam Sandlers and the thing, Chris Hart or whatever he's called, and Robin Williams, right? This would be the one where you go on a series of speed dates and a series of dates, and they're all wankers and losers, right? So this would be the card where you go on a date with someone, and you know they order a whole load of food, and then, you know, don't order you anything and just order you a salad. It's that sort of thing. And then you go on another date, and it'll be someone saying, you know, oh, you know, I used to go out with models and, you know, porn stars and all of these rich and famous women, and, you know, that lifestyle just wasn't for me. So I thought I'd go out with a plain and ordinary girl now. You know what I mean? It's like all of that thing, all of those. It would be that montage is basically what we're talking about with this card. So I think if you have been dating, or you've been, you know, opening up a little bit, they've all been dickheads. They've all been turds, basically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about that. In terms of what you need to know, we've got the Three of Wands. Now this is reversed. Now this is interesting when you get a reversal in the need to know. So the Three of Wands this way up is talking about like building a stronger community of friends and people that will support you, your support network, like do all of that. So to build your friendship circle and to rely on them, and to actually, you know, move forward in certain ways, climb that mountain together, all of this. But it's reversed, which is saying, look, sometimes having a friendship circle is great, but your friendship circle, you know, if everybody's already paired up in your friendship circle, it's not going to be helping you out. You know what I mean? If everybody's already got, and if all of their friends are in relationships, then it's not like you can go, come on, Brenda, hook me up with one of your friends. You know, it's not like that. So it's saying that, you know, your usual safety net, your usual support network, which is really great, right? Having that really, really great support network, having that in place is wonderful, but it's not really helping you in the dating world. Do you know what I mean? It's not moving you forward. So yes, rely on your friends when things go bad, but also if you're spending a lot of time how can I put this politely? Right, I'm going to say it as it is, Sharon, right? If you are spending a lot of time bitching at your friends and saying to them, oh, these men are all dickheads and I don't want to go out with them anymore, and that's what this is relating to, right? So if you're spending time doing that, then you kind of just want to go, well, actually, this date didn't go right, and that's one off my list, and now we're moving on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, look, unless things are going to be, unless there's a relationship already in the pipeline, unless something is serious, don't read too much into it. You know what I mean? It's like, just date, have some fun, have a few laughs, see if you can get to know someone before you're going, oh no, I didn't like him, he wore mismatched socks, and oh, I didn't like this one because he had a handkerchief or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So there's ways of approaching it. And this is also talking about, don't let your confidence get knocked by these fellas, because they're not worth it, right? And unless you start dating someone long term, the fellas are in it for their own reasons. Some of them will be in it just to get their end away. Some of them will be in it because they genuinely want to find love. They're going to say whatever they need to say to try and get what they want, right? In the same way, when you go on a date with someone new, you're going to say what you need to say to get what you want. If those two ideas of what each of you want match up, then hurrah. Either that's going to be a jiggy and a fun night and, thanks for breakfast, I'll see you around next time, don't call me, I'll call you sort of thing. Or it could be actually, we've been on 4 dates now, and actually let's go on a 5th date, and do you want to stay over? And, all this is getting interesting, and, do you want to come to a family party and meet the family? You know what I mean? It's like there's different goals. And so don't let your confidence get knocked by any of those different goals. And then finally, we've got the 3 of Cups, which is a really lovely, this is the opportunity card. And this is about romance and relationships and all of that, because Cups is all about that. But the 3, rather than it being a 2, which is telling you that, there's a couple on the cards, the 3 is talking about, again, it's talking about friends, but it's talking about having a wider connection in the romance life. So this would be saying not to, thank you, I can see the time, thank you, Patricia. This will be saying, like, you don't have to just date one person at a time. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're open and honest to the people you're dating, you can always just go out on a date. And on Tuesday, you can go for a date for coffee with somebody. And on Thursday, you can go for lunch with somebody else. It doesn't have to be like focusing on one person and is this person going to be the love of my life? Like, you're able to just date, have some fun, meet new people, see what's happening. Like, whether that's on, there's plenty, listen, I know we're in the internet world, right? And I know that there used to be a stigma about meeting people online, but these days there's plenty of apps, there's plenty of online dating groups and services and all of these things that you can join. And yes, you're going to get a few dickheads on there, probably quite a lot of dickheads on there, but you're also going to get some genuine people. And this is talking about, look, just have some fun dating. Don't make it too serious. Don't fall in love with the first person that offers to buy you, a steak for dinner. Go and meet a few people, have a few dates, and see where that leads you. That's what this is saying, Sharon. And I hope, my darling, I hope that helps. It's really interesting that you've got a 3 and a reversed and a 3 upright in this position, with one saying, don't focus too much on friends. And then the next one saying, focus more on dates. So yeah, anyway, I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to come and have a look on the other camera. I'm going to get the chat up again. I always click the wrong button on my end. Belinda, oh, you met your husband online. Oh, best thing you ever did. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. See, Sharon, people do meet online. That's really lovely. Oh, Arpita, hello, Arpita. Are you still waiting for a question, my darling? If so, pop your question in and I'll do yours now. I'll do yours next, Arpita, because you've been on for a little while. So yeah, I will do yours next, my darling. I think this will be the last one, everybody. So yeah, unless you go, let me just double check if anybody has queue jumped, because it's your last opportunity to get a queue jump place. So if you go over to buymeacoffee.com/beyond authentic and buy a queue jump, you can actually get the last reading in if you want to do that. Nobody's queue jumped on today's stream. Let me just come on. Refresh the stream. Thank you. Nobody's queue jumped on today's stream. So, yep, I'm going to do Arpita's reading then, and we'll do that now. You tried internet dating, Patricia says. Not for you. No, I never did it. I never did internet dating. Not like that anyway. Good evening to Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly. Yeah, a little bit of work on yourself to meet the right person, but also, does the right person have to be, does it have to be all or nothing? Does it have to be like, does it have to be everything? Like just dating someone and getting to know someone, does that have to be the be all and end all? Or can you just get to know someone and have a little fun date? And then maybe go, do you know what? Wasn't really for me, but thanks for the date. I'm going out with another person on Tuesday or whatever. You know what I mean? So then, Arpita, where is your question, Arpita? Happy to put your question in the chat, my darling. .neat Gmind. If Arpita comes back with their question, then I can do. Then I'll do Arpita. And I would say to join us next time. But if Arpita doesn't put a question in very, very soon, then I will absolutely. I will absolutely go and do the thing. You see, Patricia, I kind of agree and I kind of don't, because I think we've all got to work on ourselves. In life, I think we've all got to make ourselves, like, we've all got baggage that well, not all of us, but once you've had a relationship or two, you get baggage because you get the things and then you carry that with you. And sometimes that can be like, it's like having it, like literally like having a backpack. You shove it on your back, you walk forward, you almost forget that baggage is there. And then the next relationship happens, you shove that one on your back and you keep going until literally you're like struggling to walk because you've got all this baggage on your back. And sometimes it's one of those things that we need to learn to let those rucksacks, let those backpacks go. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think working on yourself isn't necessarily changing yourself to be more appealing to others, but it can just be about getting rid of your own baggage. Arpita, I've got your question. Why Harsh Sir used to stare at me back then 1 year ago. I thought they had feelings for you and I confess yours to them, but they didn't. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Right then. So dragons, for the last time tonight, Arpita, .neat Gmind, pop back in on Sunday's stream, 7 p.m. UK time, if you would like. And we'll get on to your question then. So if you come back in on Sunday, I'll make sure your question gets answered, okay? Excuse me. Right then, Arpita. Let's swap cameras. And this is going to be the last reading tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. We are finishing at 9. So why Harsh Sir used to stare at you back then a year ago. So dragons, what we want to know is, why did the person that Arpita's questioning about stare at her for all that time? And then as I said, .neat Gmind, we finish at 9 o'clock. And as I said, if you would like a reading, you'll have to come back in on Sunday, or you can come over here and buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. You can go and book a private reading over there, my darling, if you would like. But this is the last one tonight, I'm afraid. So then, dragons, Arpita, let me click off the chat because that's exactly what happens. You see, I get distracted by the chat. Arpita would like to know, the person that she was is talking about, did they have feelings for her a year ago? Oh, we've had a card jump. The Page of Wands. Right. Okay, that tells me a lot. Arpita confessed their feelings to the other person, but they didn't reply. So then let's have a look. We're going to cut the deck. There we go. So then we've got the Page of Wands as your clarifying cards. Now, Wands is all about security and confidence, and the Page is about youthful energy. So youthful confidence, youthful vibes, all of that thing. So we'll get to that. So the Page, basically what this is talking about is, I think that did it make you feel like you were back at school, Arpita? Did it make you feel like it was like playground bloody playground time, where it's like somebody's looking at you and then they're like, want to be your boyfriend. I want to be your girlfriend. Because it's very much that vibe, you know what I mean, from this. The pages are very youthful energy, and it feels like at the time that you were quite a little bit naive, maybe a little bit naive in the ways of the world, put it that way. So we've got the past. No, actually, we're going to do you today, what you need to know in your opportunity. Right, so the you today, 5 of Wands. Okay, so again, we've got this changing element in Wands. Wands is your strength of character, your personality, your confidence. So it feels very much at the moment like your confidence is a little bit wibbly because of this, right? And I think you say this is a year ago. I think this will be saying then that you keep looking back at it and going, oh, what happened? Why did this happen? Why did that not happen? Blah, blah, blah. What went wrong? And it's almost like you're beating yourself up and going over things time and time again when it's not going to help. Because it could just be that they didn't have the same feelings for you and then didn't know how to handle it when you said, oh, I like you, that they just didn't know how to handle that situation. And so because of it, it's like, I think that my advice, again, you make all your own decisions about your own life, but my advice would be not to keep going over and rehashing that. It's like it happened. You felt like a bit of a fool at the time, maybe, because again, that page energy comes up. But you can move on from it and you can just move beyond that. Then we've got the 3 of Coins coming up reverse. So this is what you need to know, right? And what you need to know. So the 3s again are about working with others and about moving forward, and the Coins is about work, money, career, finances. So this is being reversed. So I don't know whether the person that you were interested in was too busy working or was too busy too focused on their work or too focused on, moving their career forward, because the 3s are about starting to come together as a group and starting to, build community and build things moving forward. So it feels like that focus for them was all about their career. And so even if you were, even if they had absolute loads of feelings for you, it's kind of like wrong place, wrong time. Does that make sense? So it doesn't feel like it was anything that you did wrong. Absolutely. I don't think it was anything that you did wrong. And I think, if that person ghosted you and then didn't respond, then it's because they're a bit of a dickhead. Let's be honest, right? You don't ghost someone. That's a dick move. But it really does feel like, because this is reversed, look, it wasn't your fault, right? This workplace thing or whatever this financial thing was, this was all on them, not on you. And it feels like, they just, it was a dick move. So now, the opportunity, the reason I've moved the card is because I need to do this really, really clearly, right? Now, listen, this next card is one of the 2 cards in the deck that I always say, this does not mean what it means on the surface, okay? So this does not mean what it means on the surface. Please, please, please remember this, right? Because the card is the Death card. Now, this doesn't mean death. It means rebirth. It means the end, the final chapter of a situation. Now, what I want you to do, Arpita, is I want you to think of this moment, this relationship, or this potential now as it's over. That potential relationship is now dead, right? Not that you're dead or he's dead or they're dead or whatever else, right? Just that potential has now ended, and it's giving you that chance of rebirth, moving forward, starting again, because the Death card in tarot is all about the death of a chapter, the end of a season, right? And so this is talking about, I mean, look, you can see the card. We've got an older person and a younger person. So this shows you the 2 different elements of life. So we've got living to a long life and we've got children. So this is that death rebirth cycle. You've also got the ghost here. Look, there is a ghostly figure. So again, talking about all of your inner self, that inner soul, if you like, and on all of that. We've also got the most amazing crows, but that's because, crows are my favorite animal. You can just see my lovely magic just there. I don't know whether you can actually. Can you see magic? Yeah, just there, look. But what this is talking about is, look, at this moment, right? Let me take the ticker tape off, by the way. At this moment, going over what happened isn't going to help, right? You've just got to draw a line and say, look, that happened. That was this. And now I've got to just move forward in my own life and be safe in the knowledge that you are moving, that they are moving forward with theirs, to quote Doctor Who. But there is this real element, right? Look, stop beating yourself up about it. Stop thinking about it. If it's a year ago, it's so far in the past, my darling. It's not going to cause you any more heartache after now. Let it go. Let it pass over. Let it move on. Let it fade away into the distance and be just an old blue box. Right? But see, I don't mean that. But like, let it just go as an experience that happened, that you've forgotten about and you're moving on from. If you need to learn any lessons, learn the lesson here, that actually with the 5, that actually your confidence can get affected quite badly by putting yourself out there. But also that doesn't mean that you should stop putting yourself out there, because for me, I always say to people, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that means it's a target, but also it means that it's there to be seen by the right people. In my case, the right people have come into my life. I've got amazing moderators on this channel that I consider friends. I've got a wonderful partner who I met in the most bizarre of circumstances, how we got together and how our lives, we've missed each other throughout our lives. And as I moved out of a city, he moved in, and all of this, there's all sorts of random situations. But what I had to learn was that everything kind of happens for a reason. And just because just because you said to this person, look, I've got feelings, and they didn't reciprocate, that is on them. That isn't on you, my darling, right? Them not replying at all and ghosting you, interesting with the ghostal element of this card, but with them ghosting you, that is no reaction, no kind of, it is no reflection on you. It's the bigger reflection on them. Okay. And that just shows that, as I say, it was a dick move. Like, everybody is able to, as adults or even as kids, to say, I don't want that. No, thank you. You know what I mean? If you give a child their favorite sweet, they're going to say yes, please, or hopefully. If you give a child, instead of giving a child a nice pudding, if you give them, I don't know, a bowl of Brussels sprouts covered in Marmite, and they hate Brussels sprouts and they hate Marmite, then they're going to say no, thank you, or words to that effect. That's not on you. You provided stuff. That's on them. But even that child is going to say no, thank you. You know what I mean? In this case, that person didn't even have the balls, didn't even have the stamina, didn't even have the ability, the adult grown-up attitude to say, I'm not interested. So don't take that off for you, my darling. That is all on them. Use that death card as now the final. That is it. That is ended. We're moving forward. And with that, my darling, I'm going to say thank you very much. And yeah, that is it for tonight's readings, everybody. I've really enjoyed tonight. I love Tuesdays. Tuesdays seem a little bit more relaxed than Sundays, don't they? Sundays, we get a lot more on the stream. It's a lot busier. And even though it's fun because we do the pre-live, which I always enjoy, because, I just sit and chat with the members and the mods. So I love it. But it does mean that, Tuesdays just feel a lot less antsy. They're a lot more chilled. Because Sprouts and Marmite should be banned. Well, Marmite should. I quite like Sprouts. But anyway, that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you once again to the amazing mods. Tonight we've had Ed on, and Patricia's joined as well. So thank you very much to Patricia and Ed. Patricia, I'm going to drop you a message on the WhatsApp in a little bit about the reading that I did for you a while back, and just asking permission to use a little bit of it without sound on an advertising thing that I'm working on for the fair. But anyway, thanks everyone. I'm going to be back on Sunday. I will probably be over on my other channel, Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, that I haven't talked about for about 6 months. But I'm probably going to do a Thursday morning coffee and a catch up over there. So if you want to join in, there's no tarot reading, no witchy stuff, but if you want to just have a chat about Slimming World, because we've gone back to Slimming World, where we are with all of that, what's going on with the cancer stuff at the moment, where we are with everything, and just have a little chilled stream with me. I might only be on for an hour, but if you want to come on that, I'll probably be over there at 11 o'clock UK time on Thursday on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. But that is it for me today. Take care, everybody. I've had a really fun stream, and hopefully you have too. And I will see you all very, very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, Oh, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.